As the saying goes, there's no business like show business. And our beloved actress Blake is feeling the heat with the launch of her latest movie, It Ends With Us. She's not just fielding critiques about the film, but also navigating a stormy sea of online criticism about how she's been promoting it.
Congrats on your little bump.
What about my bump?
You've got two nice ones.
They are kind of bumps, aren't they?
No, not bumps. The lovely lady lumps.
You may have heard whispers or read rumors about the behind-the-scenes feud with co-star and director Justin Baldoni. Word on the street is he's seen as near abusive and stirring up an extremely difficult atmosphere on set. This news has understandably sent shockwaves through the movie-loving community, and everyone seems to have an opinion.
Calling the clip the Blake Lively interview that made me want to quit my job. Lively was newly pregnant.
Many fans aren't so quick to point fingers at Baldoni, especially given that most of his solo promotional appearances have been devoted to discussing the crucial issue at hand, domestic violence. That's the kind of commitment that's hard to ignore or belittle. So, where do we go from here? Blake seems to be catching the brunt of the negative responses concerning their alleged feud. As life loves throwing curveballs, Blake is now under the spotlight for a brand new reason. Another day, another drama. But that's showbiz for you. Stay tuned to see how this unfolds. All the world's a stage. In this case, the spotlight is on Justin and Blake. TMZ recently shared an interesting secret about Justin and his struggle with persistent back troubles. They report that he took a responsible step before filming a scene that required Justin to perform a lift with Blake. Yes, he actually huddled with his on-set trainer to ensure that he was well prepared to protect his back from any potential injury. This involved asking about Blake's weight, a point which, unfortunately, seems to have struck a nerve with Blake, leaving her feeling as if she was being body shamed. Now, here's where it gets a bit more complicated. You know the saying goes, it takes two to tango, but what if one of the tango partners feels slightly uncomfortable? Following the weight incident, another unsettling episode unfolded on set. During a romantic scene between Justin and Blake's characters, Blake feels a hint of discomfort. According to her, Justin's on-screen kiss lasted a tad longer than it should have, making her feel uneasy.
Ahead of a scene where he had to lift her because he has a history of back issues and wanted to know how to properly train to avoid hurting himself.
Well, TMZ was the first to let the cat out of the bag. Much of this hullabaloo apparently revolves around Blake feeling body shamed by Justin on the set. It all started when Justin spoke with the movie's fitness coach regarding Blake's measurements. This was all in consideration of a scene that required Justin to carry Blake. To set the record straight, Justin brought up the topic due to his history of back troubles, not because he was insinuating that Blake was overweight. However, it's clear that the message was lost in translation when it reached Blake. Recently, a journalist shared an older interview with Lively, claiming the interaction was so intense that it nearly pushed her to hang up her journalistic hat for good. Naturally, this jaw-dropping reveal, which occurred in a 2016 sit-down with the star, has led to a chorus of voices dubbing Lively a mean girl. This was only the tip of the iceberg. The reporter sounded off, sitting down with Blake Lively and her co-star Parker Posey for Cafe Society 2016 is the most uncomfortable interview situation I have ever experienced. Starting things off on a high note, Flaw congratulated Lively on the delightful news of her soon-to-be second child. However, Lively's response was slightly more biting than expected, as she returned with a subtle hint of sarcasm. "Kudos on your own tiny tummy bulge," Lively reported cheerfully to Flaw. Caught off guard, but taking it all in stride, Flaw chuckled awkwardly at Lively's unexpected comment. Not one to miss out on the fun, Posey jumped in next. With her hand gently rubbing her midsection, she eagerly inquired about Flaw. "How about some love for my bump?" Let's be honest, things didn't quite smooth out from that point. The atmosphere just got a tad more interesting. Hollywood actress Flaw recently got candid about the exceptional visuals in the Woody Allen masterpiece and couldn't help but inquire about the stunning costumes donned by the movie stars. It seems both actors had a whale of a time dressing up in these exquisite pieces. However, with a quick glance at Posey, Lively humorously put a spin on Flaw's question. Don't you think it's intriguing how everyone's all about discussing our wardrobe? It makes me wonder if they would pose the same question to our male counterparts. Lively quipped to her partner in crime in Cafe Society. Not missing a beat, Flaw shot back, reassuring that she would indeed grill the men on their sartorial choices in the film. Despite this, Lively and Posey lovingly bantered, gushing about the outfits they adored, particularly the ensembles worn by Jesse Eisenberg in the 2016 release. A conversation that began about the costumes soon became a lighthearted debate, filled with camaraderie and shared laughs. It's obvious that the co-stars enjoyed working together and fit into their costumes and characters like a glove, making the Allen movie a memorable experience for all. Ever thought about how tricky it can be to compliment someone on their expected child? Or to ask a lady about the outfits she's flaunting in a movie? Shashti Flaw pondered in the YouTube video description. Without skipping a beat, the video leapt to the pinnacle of YouTube's trending list, racking up a storm of comments from viewers who were distressed by how Blake Lively treated Shashti Flaw. One netizen said, "That moment when she took offense to the attire query? Absolute craziness. It's like she's revealing her true self." Another viewer commented, "She and her spouse chatter about their children incessantly. So you can't extend blessings for her upcoming baby? Such peculiar and unnecessary behavior. It's regrettable you had to endure that." No matter where your loyalty lies in this "it ends with us" kerfuffle, Shashti's video hints that Justin isn't the sole one having a rough time with Blake. Rolling right along, the buzz seems to be heating up around Justin's recent move to hire crisis public relations support. The rumor mill has been hinting at a bit of a storm brewing around differences in movie edits between Justin and his co-star Blake. Now, we know you're curious if Blake or Justin have shed any light on these speculated clashes. Neither of the stars has piped up about the alleged friction just yet. It appears that most of the tests from It Ends With Us have subs pressing the unfollow button on the director's social media handle. Still, the plot thickens because Justin has curiously stayed away from press events with the cast. And remember the glitzy film's premiere? You are not mistaken if you didn't spot Justin posing with the cast. Putting all speculations to rest, Justin confidently announced his decision not to direct the sequel. You might be asking, why so? Well, in a candid discussion, Justin stated, "I think there are more suitable folks for that job. And you know who I think is ready to take the director's chair? Blake Lively." That's my 2 cents. So, as we navigate these choppy entertainment waters, let's watch for more news. As fans and media alike eagerly await news on the rumored tensions between Justin and Blake, it's important to remember that things are not always as they seem. While gossip and rumors may swirl, it's important to take everything with a grain of salt and wait for official statements from the parties involved. Meanwhile, during their Cafe Society press tour, let's focus on the heartwarming camaraderie between Lively, Posey, and Flaw. This incident shows that laughter and humor can bring people together and diffuse any awkwardness, even in tense situations. It's also interesting to note how society often focuses on women's appearances rather than their talents or achievements. The conversation about costumes quickly turned to a discussion about Lively's pregnancy and fashion choices, highlighting the double standards and expectations placed on women in the entertainment industry. But through it all, Blake Lively stays true to her witty and playful nature, showing that she's not one to back down from a challenge. And Shashti Flaw proved herself to be a professional journalist by gracefully handling unexpected situations with humor and poise. So, what do you think about the Cafe Society press tour incident and the rumored tensions between Justin and Blake? Are they just a misunderstanding, or is there more to it? Share your predictions and thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video and want more hot gossip, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button for all the latest hot takes.